Right, so we've got a single chart now showing $2.3 million or so. Now I want to show this by month, by order date. So let's click on this. Let's see if add to sheet, it knows where to go, since it could go anywhere. Let's have a look. And it puts it into the column. So now we have this $2.3 million divided up into the 3 years between 2011 and 2014. But I want it in months. So let's assume I've worked out that there's a drop down arrow next to the end of the pill. And what can I do? I can change it to month. Will that give me the answer I want? Let's have a look. Superficially, yes. It's now showing it in months. You can see up here it says month order date. And we have months at the bottom. But you remember we were talking about 2011, 2012, 2013 and 2014. There should be 48 months, but we've only got 12. So this is one of the good things or bad things about this. You could quite easily get a bit lost. So you have to understand that when it says month, it means month literally. It's not talking about year then month. So let's get this back to year. And let's click the plus sign up here. Notice what happens. We now have year and quarter. And a plus next to the quarter. If I hover down here, you'll also notice another plus. So let's click this plus, see what happens. And now we have year, quarter, and month. So this is doing what we want. 2011 divided up into the particular months. Now notice it's done 2011 and then a big line down it, and then it does each quarter and a big line down it, and it doesn't connect up the dots. So in other words, March being in quarter 1 doesn't connect to April, which is in quarter 2. Now I don't have to have year, quarter, month. I can get rid of quarter, for instance. I can just click that and press delete. So let's do that. So now I've got rid of quarter. So now it's showing 12 months continuously and then stops and goes to the next section. But suppose that isn't what I want. Okay, let's get rid of the month and do this again. So click plus and then we click plus again. So at the moment it is discrete. So that means that each quarter stops and starts. It's a unit in itself. Now if I change that to continuous, then that doesn't look like it's helping, does it? If I just undo that, notice that this is blue. So blue, if you remember, is a dimension. Change it to continuous, and it becomes green. Green are measures. And that makes sense when you think about it, because discrete things don't run from 0 to infinity. For instance, if I was describing a cost could be $1, $2, $3, $3.20, $4. You know, that's a continuous list. Whereas if I'm describing items, then it's table and chairs with something on top. It stops and starts. You will have maybe a set describing table furniture, and then we have another set describing living room furniture. It's not a continuous range. So how does that help us? Well, if I change this to continuous and get rid of the dimensions, so I press delete, change this back to year, we now have back to where we started, for years. But now, if I go to this month and year, so up here we have month, this is month and year, we now have a continuous graph. So it's not divided up into years, it just shows every single month. Now if I wanted to drag in order data again, I could do, and that would divide it up into years. So you can mix discrete and continuous together, if you so wish. It all depends on what result you want.